Hello, I am Reverend Irene Smith, and I'd like to welcome you to Generationally Speaking. Here at the table, we come and we discuss life issues, no matter what they might be. As we sit at the table with each generation, we all learn, we all grow, we all are inspired.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Generationally Speaking.
So, when we think about decisions and choices and life-altering markers in our life, who or what encouraged your choices?
Well, so I had positive choices and I had negative choices.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna talk about them all.
Talk about them all.
So once again, as I appreciate it, as I go back, I didn't well, after I lost my father, when I was getting ready to grab my diploma, like I said, in June 9th, and after that, that was the first time I started getting locked up. So I started chasing the streets because here we go is the only man that ever loved me, the only man that was my daddy, is gone. Mm-hmm. That's the only. So I didn't realize the love that I was telling you about through the foster homes till later on, till I looked back. But I knew love right here. This love, I'm talking about when you're a child, your father used to put you in the lap, ride a horse and all. Like, yeah, daddy, this is my dad, you know, and he's gone. He said, "Now grab your diploma." You know, and my father also was the one that told me, "Don't be no punk. Right. Don't let nobody whoop on you." Mm-hmm. See, a lot of people take that. A lot of people take a lot what you say and try to spin it around and all that. But I ran away to my dad's house, and my daddy said, "No, you can't be no punk and be in this family." That didn't tell me to go out and be a killer or a gorilla or anything like that. I said, "Boy, don't let nobody beat on you. You don't beat back. Don't do that." You know, and I fought my foster brother, which is my god brother to this day, but I felt good about that. But my father was just telling me to protect myself.
Right.
I took that, ran him out with it. Because now, at 18, now I wanted to be something that it wasn't even destined for me to be. I wanted to be a gorilla. I wanted to be in the streets.
So now you're out in the streets, and do you have a home where you can rest in, or is it one of those places, one of those spaces in your life where it's just pillar to post?
So at that point in time, I graduated from high school, graduated from Florence Patel Academy. I had the independent living program. I was over there in Kentland. I had my own apartment. This older lady that lived upstairs from me, I guess she didn't like the sight of a young black dude, and she's black like me too. I don't know, that's so much going on with our own color amongst our own color. It doesn't make no sense to me now. But I can see it now. I couldn't see it then. She didn't like me. I didn't have no loud music. I didn't even really be in it because 18, I started going back where I was from, born and raised at 1218 18th Street Northeast, around M Street. So I just would come in there and lay my head down, get up and leave and all that. But I guess she didn't like what was going on. So I was in the apartment for a while. And I forgot what actually had transpired, but something had happened one day, and I think I said something to her. I said, "Oh, ma'am, I don't know why you always saying something to me or you don't like me. I ain't did nothing to you." You know, and all I know, I left. When I came back, she had her sons. At this point in time, when I transferred from over there, I used to live in Miss Janet's house, one of her foster parents. So I knew guys from Bladensburg, you know, Lando and Bladensburg right here. Mm-hmm. So I knew guys from around there. They used to call me Cheese and all that. So when I see her sons and all these dudes standing in the building, when I come in the building, I'm like, "Oh yeah, y'all ain't about to beat me up like this. I'm about to call my guys." So I called my guys, and we didn't start anything. I ended up talking to her son and all that, but I still wasn't trusting her. I said, "I don't know what's going on with your mother." And this was kind of crazy because I can remember this. Like, he was like, "Man, I don't know, man. I said, man, dog, I ain't never disrespect your mother, bro. I don't know what's going on, why she don't like me or whatever. So here it is again, when a young individual is telling you that he want love, and I take the love from wherever. I take the love from wherever. I just don't want you to dislike me or be mad at me when I've done nothing to you. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, we didn't get into it, but what had happened the next morning was the people that run the independent living came in and they seen all the guys that I had laid down on the floor and everybody, they kicked me out. So back to Northeast I go. And that's what I wanted. In all actuality, I wanted that. I wanted my own place, but I wanted to be in the hood. Sounds crazy, but it was real. So, yeah.
So you're out and you're in the streets doing your thing. So what happens that leads to your arrest?
Oh, so I'm going back and forth to jail from 18 to 30.
All right, so let's start. What was your first offense, if you can remember? What was that first time you went to jail?
I was staying with my brother, and me and my cousin had. I'm drunk. That's why I'm drinking. I'm drinking heavy too at this point in time. We assaulted the guy. That's what they called it, and that's what it was. Cause the guy ain't do nothing to me. But walking with some girls, and I'm drunk. I'm feeling myself. I want to knock somebody out. So I end up hitting the guy, knocking him through the off on Riverdale Road through the little glass that's on a pawn shop.
Wow.
And my cousin couldn't get no hit off, so I guess he got mad. He did extra. But what ended up happening was the guy fell through the glass and cut himself up bad. I'm so naive to the whole thing. I'm thinking it's funny, I'm drunk, I'm high. But as soon as we hit a glass break, I just know we get to run it. My foolish behind, because this is the pawn shop. Our house is right there. My cousin cuts himself as well. The girls that was with us, they took off that way. We both ran this way. But I'm telling you, like 5 minutes after that, I'm talking about you got big guns, get out. So my big brother, I'm staying with my big brother. My big brother, like, man, I know you ain't do nothing to bring the people. What? Stupid fool, dummy. That's his word, dummy. All that. So I'm like, but I get locked up for that. And I'm sitting on Upper Marlboro. I end up doing 9 months in Upper Marlboro. And taking a cop to first-degree assault. And I seen this dude. He showed up at court. That's why I took the cop too. I ain't know nothing. That's my first time. 18 over Marlboro. I'm like, wow. But I thought that's what made a man. Getting in the streets, catching the charge, not going like nothing. Call yourself a thoroughbred. Call myself a thug. You know, now as me being 36 and looking back at it, I was pretending hard. I was really pretending.
So, you know, going to court for the first time and hearing the judge and people, the attorneys describe you and what you've done, and then going into jail, it didn't faze you at all? Did it do anything internally to you, or you just said, this is, like you said, this is the way that I'm supposed to go?
I said that. Yeah, I did that. I'm a man. Yeah. I'm a man. So
I've talked to persons who have gone to prison, and well, they've gone to prison. I don't know, but different. So for them, they said going to jail the first time is difficult because of the sounds and everything that's going on.
That's probably was in prison, because jail and prison are two different aspects. I would guess. I don't know. I've never been to prison. Thank God on that. But jail. So you remember I told you I'm 18.
Right.
So now I finally touch the streets. So I'm finally fighting. If you touch them, I'll fight you back. Whether I win or lose, I'm fighting you back. So now I'm this aggressor. So it made me feel like I just wanted to go back. And I'm not gonna say it was just a badge of honor. I was so confused in the head, Robert. So if you don't even understand, I was just confused. I didn't know. I'm thinking, this is the way it's supposed to be.
And what you're saying is true, and it is what so many other young men believe. No matter, people say we come from a good home with this, but that badge of honor that I perceive I need to have, based on really how I see myself, because it really is all about how I'm seeing myself. I'm not seeing myself in the best light unless I do this. But when you go into jail, is it a deterrent to say I don't want to come back again?
Nah, because I've seen people come into jail and have fun with it. Like I said, I settled in 9 months. I took the cop. I came out. I don't know what I went back to jail for after being 18. But like I said, I was going back and forth. So I had caught like gun charges and
So with the gun charges, did you ever think that, this might be it? That I might have to do some serious time?
No, because with the gun charge, when I first caught the gun charge, cop, you get a year probation. I'm playing with this stuff.
Okay.
I was playing with this stuff, foolish, but I was playing with this thing here called life.
Mm-hmm.
That is not promised, but I was playing with it. So I think I caught the gun later down the line. But I was going back and forth. I skipped some time, but I went back and forth, and it was a second home. Like I said, I'm building my resume, my street resume. Man, he ain't playing. Leonard, Nietzsche, that's what they call it. Nietzsche ain't playing. Nietzsche gonna do this, Nietzsche gonna do that. Yeah, woo, this is what he is. So, but, you want me to continue to go?
Oh, yeah.
All right now. So now when we talk about 18 to 30, mm-hmm. So all type of UUV driving and things like that. Then I'm going through domestic disputes with my first baby mother. Because one thing that I was never taught how to be a man, how to love a woman, or how to raise a child. I still learn that daily. Mm-hmm. As we're speaking right now, I'm still learning the right words to use, the right way to approach a situation, and right way to care for a child. Mm-hmm. I learned that daily. So I was going to jail for domestic disputes too with my baby mother. One of a female friend I used to deal with, she had hit me first, and then I took that, me fighting her back, first time I ever struck a woman. I took that blew over into my relationship with my first son's mother, mm-hmm. and my daughter's mother. And it would be hurtful things she would say to me, and I would lash out, and I'm drunk. So whatever it is, I'm drunk, belligerently drunk. And we would get into it, we would fight, and then she would come visit me at Upper Marlboro, and I would see the bruises that I put on her. Thinking about that now, I outgrew that spirit, mm-hmm. because that was a treacherous spirit. Why are you screaming you love this woman? And when she said something, listen, one thing that I can say for sure was that it wasn't just I come in and bow, I'm trying to fight you. We had one incident once, she was like, get out my car, I have another dude come pick me up. Oh my, once again, this is a little child. I don't care how old you think I am, I'm still a little child. I love you. You're gonna have somebody else come pick you up with my babies in the car, and I love you. I black out. But I see the after effects of it. Do you know I was the most cowardice person in the world to even do that to her? Because guess what? Now that I know if my woman says something that I do not like, I'm gonna walk away. Mm-hmm. Would I want somebody touching my daughters? No. Mm-hmm. No. Would I ever put my hands on a woman again? No. Yeah. But nobody taught me that. And then when you have a female that pops you first, and I'm like, hey, is this what it's supposed to be? I didn't know any better. Right. So that's why I say I learned daily. But going through that, I grew out of that before I even got locked back up at 30. we had got back together on and off, and I had never did that again, but I was still drinking, but we just ain't go through that part of it. And I got locked up April 10th, 2017, years later, on a first-degree murder charge. So.
But Leonard, you know, from where I'm sitting,
Yes, ma'am.
I can see all of this building to that.
Mm-hmm.
Because in a sense, you were looking for acceptance.
Yep.
You were looking to, your thoughts about yourself were not healthy.
No, ma'am, not at all.
Yeah, and the help that you really needed, it may have been there, but maybe you rejected it. That you just you didn't know how to receive it.
Yes, ma'am, that's perfectly right. I didn't know, because I had plenty of people try to help me, but I didn't know that was the help that I needed. Like, I didn't know how to receive it. Exactly what you said. I did not know how to receive it, but I know at 18.
And let me just stop you there.
Yes, ma'am.
And in all those years of going to the foster care homes, was Christ ever a part of your life?
Not till I met Fanny and Ronald Boyd. Mm-hmm. 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 Not till I met them. Mm-mm. No. Not at all. Not till I met them. And I'm talking about full effect.
So in the streets, did you ever have somebody older say to you, "Man, you need to pull back. Man, you need to stop this"? Did you ever have any older guys that? Because sometimes the older guys will try to help you.
Yeah, no, so I had older guys tell me, "Man, you need to chill, man. Chill out." That's basically the main word, chill out, man. Do something different, man. You know, but from my neighborhood, a lot of the older guys that was out there before us was locked up.
Right.
So they would send messages home, "Man, y'all chill out, y'all wilding out, man. Y'all gotta calm down, woo, woo, woo." But I had a couple of people that say something to me, but I'm juiced up off the drink. I ain't really trying to hear that.
Okay, but let's talk about those moments when you're not juiced up, when there's nobody around.
You know what? And that's the crazy part about it, real. I can't even really remember too many of those moments.
Wow.
I really can't, because, wow.
So this was your way of coping then?
That was my way of coping. That was my way of happiness. That was my way of everything. Drinking, partying, wanting to be the life of the party, wanting to just have fun. Do you know I would have a job where I would get paid $4.23 a week doing construction back then when I was doing it? Do you know, come paydays on a Friday. I can laugh at it now because I never do it again. Paydays on a Friday, $4.23, right in my account. Do you know by Sunday I probably had $5 or $10 left? Come Monday, we going to the food truck. All the guys going to the food truck. I'm the only one sitting back trying to hold on to my little bit of money. Then I give in and spend the rest of the money I got. That drinking took advantage of me.
Right. But that drinking was your way of coping.
Yes, ma'am.
It was your medicine. And I think a lot of young people out in the street that we see are wilding out, they might say, for a whole lot of reasons. And they do things for their friends to see them in a certain light. They do things because the support they need is not necessarily there. They do things because they sometimes just outright rebellious, you know. So you go through these years, 18 to 30, and when do you get this 3 year lockup period?
At 30.
At 30.
Whew, it hit. It hit.
Talk to us a little bit about when you ended up in jail for 3 years.
So, fitting in again, man.
Yeah.
Trying to be a part of something, man. Just be outside. I ended up getting charged with first-degree murder that I didn't do. I got locked up April 10th, 2017. I was trying to stay out to April 21st because that's my daughter's birthday. I was trying to stay out till then just to see my daughter because I know about it. I wasn't about to run these people because I already know I'm going to have to turn myself in eventually. But I was trying to make it to my daughter's birthday. They got me earlier, but reality really sunk in because I'm going back and forth from 18 to 30. Now, you talking about first degree murder. So, but at first, before this even happened, I was playing with guns, shooting, all this type of stuff. So it really didn't even mean anything to me at that point in time. But I'm talking about when you talk about 30 and you talk about reality smacking you in the face, like, I think that was God talking to me. Like, what's it now?
So let's stop for a minute and talk about guns. Because guns are so real in our community.
Yeah.
We don't have a manufacturing company in the black neighborhood or anything.
No, we don't.
So those guns come from someplace. So at your age, my understanding from the street is that it's easy to get a gun.
You can get a gun before you can get a job.
You get this gun though, and like pit bulls, it gives you a feeling of superiority, of power.
Yeah, I got the juice.
You got the.
Really?
But do you think about it taking a life in that sense of I'm taking a life, somebody's child?
To really be honest with you, at that point in time, Rev, I wanted to do that.
Okay.
I wanted to be just that. I did. And then how we did just say that it was easier to get a gun than a job, it actually was hard for me because I had a drinking problem. So when I did get a gun, oh man, you talk about, I think I'm on top of the world now. You know, or when I was able to hold a gun down, I'm like, yeah, I'm Scarface. You know, it was a foolish thinking, but that's the way that I thought. So take a person's child, I wasn't thinking, well, I didn't care about that. You say something to me, I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to get you however you want it. You say something about my street, my hood, my neighborhood that I don't own, that ain't mine, but my hood, we coming to see you. And it's just me. It's just us thinking this way, but we don't see it. I didn't see it.
Right. Exactly. It's like the Bible says, ask the question. Well, and the question is asked in Scripture by Cain and Abel, and still ask, am I my brother's keeper? And when did you learn that I'm my brother's keeper? Have you learned that?
Oh yeah.
So when did that?
30.
At 30. At 30.
Oh man, God swept in. He swept in and cleaned out all the mess. He did. And I know it was nobody but him because I wasn't allowing myself to do it, so I know he did it. So he had to really smack me in my face because the little taps that he was giving me, I wasn't paying it no attention. But that smack.
So at 30, when they souped up and picked
Oh
you
yeah,
up.
when they souped up and picked me up, it was over. First night in the jail cell, they told me murder. They got me, I'm sitting with you, I was sitting with them, but it wasn't that comfortable. You murdered somebody, so I'm still playing the tough guy role. Okay, whatever. Take me to my cell. Boy, when I got to that cell, you talk about hot tears, because now I've been betrayed and I've been lied upon.
Right.
I've been lied upon. But I can't say no. It wasn't me, it was such and such. Because I was honoring that code. I'm from the streets. I would never be labeled a rat or a snitch. But this here is about to take me away for 30 years from my children. And the only thing I left my children to visualize was their father being an alcoholic, abusive man. So when you talk about reality, what? But I'm from that, Rev. I'm not saying nothing.
But
I
just
can't.
for a moment, you said what I left my children with.
Yes, memories of.
That memory was an alcoholic, abusive man.
Yes, not to them, to their mother, to their
mother.
environment.
So, what did your father leave?
Whew, why are you doing this to me? I like that. I respect that, right? I couldn't cherish what my father left me until I got older. I couldn't cherish it till I got older. He left me my sister, even though I ain't see her until 25 years, but he left me that.
Did you see then, at that point, at 30, did you see then the demons that your father had to fight?
Oh, yeah. I got the drinking from him.
Right.
My grandfather was alcoholic, actually. He used to take me to my granddaddy.
But do you see the demons that they were fighting at 30? You couldn't see it at 17 and 18, but at 30.
I still didn't know that was their demons. I thought it was just my own.
Right.
He just opened my eyes or something.
Right. So at 30, you come face to face with some reality.
Oh, yeah.
So you're in this jail. 1 month, okay, 2 months, 12 months.
It hit. No, it hit when I got there.
It hit when you got there.
Yeah. As soon as I left Central Cell Block, no bond. Over to jail. Started in the Southwest too. I'm over there. The jail like the streets, stabbing and everything going on over there. And I'm like, wow, this is it for me. But my transformation started. And guess what? Still to this day, right now that I'm free, I thank God for that situation. Not the guy's life being taken, but for me being incarcerated for those 3 years, because that made me look at life and cherish the life that he gave me. It made me walk in my purpose that he made for me to walk in. See, I was pretending all those years. The first years I was hurt. I was trying to soul search, match play, help me please. When I started becoming a teenager, feel my wrath. Thoroughbred, thug, what's up? All this. 30, help me. Please, what am I doing? I don't want to do this anymore. You ain't about to leave up out of here like that, Mr. Smith. You are here. You are here. Where you going at, Mr. Smith? Lord, please help me. Don't let these people punish me. Don't. But it got real. And that started my whole change. That's who made me who I am now. Those last 3 years of my life made me into the man that I am now.
So how did you move from despair to hope in those 3 years?